Well, you're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, Carthage High School's band grows to its largest size ever with 176 students. We're going to show you how they're preparing for competition season.
Also, Crawford County first responders sharpen their skills to handle hazardous ammonia calls. How this training can keep your family safe.
And take a look at this sunrise from 7th and Rangeline. Absolutely gorgeous. Unfortunately, the weather not so gorgeous. We'll break down the details for you coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Snowe.
And I'm Chris Warner. Just after 7 a.m. now on this Thursday, August the 7th, we do have some isolated showers and storms across the area. Nothing too crazy, but we'll get to that in a moment. And of course, some rain would help out with some of these preparations for going back to school.
Yes, well, music is starting to fill the air, and that heat is as well as local high school bands prepare for the upcoming school year.
KOAM's Lonnie Walton caught up with the Carthage High School band, which says it plans to start the semester on a high note.
I just really like the music this year. It's more like upbeat, I feel like.
Adriana Patrick is a senior band member at Carthage High School. She's held this love for band since childhood.
Since I've had siblings in it above me, I've got to do the marching show with them. I really enjoyed just getting to meet all the new people.
A lot of new people is exactly what Carthage band instructor Jennifer Sager says is happening this year.
Last year we grew quite a bit from about the 120s to 144-ish. And then this year we've come up with 176 students in our band.
The band practices on a block schedule for 2.5 hours. It's all for a busy lineup.
We go to 4 competitions ourselves, and the 4 weekends before Maple Leaf, and then we host Maple Leaf.
So what is the biggest challenge?
Probably just having to memorize everything, because we have to memorize the music. We have to memorize where we're moving.
Wrangling 176 kids is also quite a feat, but...
And that heat.
Yeah, so the weather, it does get really hot.
Lots of water, lots of hydration.
And the goal is to win those competitions and, of course, have a lot of fun. Reporting in Carthage, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Well, Sager says this school takes students' health seriously during these extreme temperatures.
As she says, they've got a fire truck that occasionally soaks them with water just to help keep the temperatures down. And hopefully, you're cautious with the instruments. You don't want to get them too
I'm imagining
too
like
wet.
those flute players,
a fire hose is a lot more than just a rain shower, So
I'm sure it feels nice, though.
I'm sure it does, and you're certainly going to need it over the next few days as well. We're going to start real quick. Look outside downtown Pittsburgh. Got some clouds, and would you like to know why? Of course you would. That's why you're watching this morning. It is because we've got some isolated showers and storms out there. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline in Joplin. Looking back to the north, looks good so far, but take a look. Skywatch Storm Tracker is alive with isolated storms at least. So we've got a storm that one that's into Ottawa County is actually now developing off of one that was, at 4 or something this morning into parts of Lebec County. We're up to about 11 lightning strikes out of the activity we're seeing, but as you see, majority of the lightning is coming from this cell now into southern Ottawa County. So we are just south of, let's say, 59 into parts of Ottawa County, so south of Miami out there, but around Afton, Fairland, Wyandotte, some heavier rain. We got lightning. Of course, the lightning is still dangerous. Storms don't have to be strong or severe for that lightning to be hazardous, and you can see there's quite a bit of it out there just west of Seneca. Some light showers moving in northern Delaware County. As we head up here, got a couple light showers Columbus. We've got this little storm over Hepler in parts of southwestern Bourbon County. Another shower here over Iola. This is it. That is not actually happening there. And then some additional showers here for Fredonia near Earlton and Thayer, because what's happening is we're continuing to see just kind of some recycling, redevelopment of these pop-up showers and storms this morning. So if you watch in the last few loops, you'll see these new ones flare up. Not expecting anything strong or severe, but we've had some small hail with some of these storms this morning. But again, nothing too crazy out there. Heat advisories, parts of Kansas, Oklahoma through 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. That's just because of the extreme heat. Any of the isolated showers, Future Track thinks maybe 1 or 2 could hold on through about noon onto the Missouri side. Then that's it. Just a few clouds today, breezy, and we're going to continue to deal with the dangerous heat. 75 in Joplin right now, 73 in Pittsburgh, and as we look at temperatures across the region. Again, some of us like Jay, Bentonville, even Grove Anderson, we have some low 70s, pretty close to normal. Then we get to the mid 70s, and we got the upper 70s. Iola up there sitting at 77 degrees this morning. Low 80s by 9, low 90s by noon. Highs today, mid 90s, south winds gusting to 25, and again, heat index values easily approaching 105. We're going to talk more about our morning storms, our weekend storms, and all that heat in between here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
Chris, thanks. Well, a pickup driver dies in a head-on collision with a tractor trailer at the Missouri-Kansas state line last night. The crash happened around 9:45 p.m. at the Mound on State Line Road. The pickup was traveling north and turning west onto Northeast Old Highway 96 when the driver failed to yield to an eastbound semi hauling feed corn. The crash occurred in Kansas, but both vehicles came to rest in Missouri. The semi driver was not injured. Emergency crews from both states responded to the scene. Carl Junction Fire assisted Kansas Highway Patrol with traffic control. The semi went off their left side of the highway and struck a group of trees. Kansas Highway Patrol continues to investigate the crash. Well, for the second time in less than a month, a fire breaks out at a tire recycling business in Nevada. Crews responded to the fire at David's Tire Recycling at around 2 yesterday morning after smoke was spotted at the business on North Click Street. No word on the cause of the fire yet, and 15 semi-trailers and their contents were destroyed in the fire. Firefighters from Nevada, Deerfield, Milo, Walker, Brana, Lamar, and El Dorado Springs contained the blaze by 7 a.m. Now, just a few weeks ago on July 19th, firefighters responded to another fire at the same site. This is video from that fire. The first fire started near the machines used to shred old tires. You can find the latest details on this story on our website. That's, of course, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, first responders held an emergency response training session yesterday at the Girard Fire Department. Members of the fire department, along with the Crawford County Emergency Management Agency, trained first responders in how to deal with ammonia-based emergencies. Ammonia can be dangerous in many ways, ranging from irritation and burns to breathing problems and even some long-term impacts. Responders learn ways to safely deal with ammonia in gas and liquid forms. The course covered a mix of lectures, skill stations, case studies, tabletop scenarios, and hands-on training. A serious car crash in Jasper County takes out power lines and poles. The crash happened about 8 a.m. near Golden City yesterday. Authorities say it involved a car and a pickup. The crash took down power poles and lines in all four directions, creating an even more dangerous situation. Power lines fell across the car with the injured driver still inside. Barton County Electric had to shut off electricity to the area. Crews managed to remove the driver of the car, who was then flown by helicopter to an area hospital. The driver of the truck left the vehicle on his own and refused further medical attention. And of course, to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can always download the KOAM News app, available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. All you have to do is just search for the KOAM News app. Well, an active shooter at Fort Stewart in Georgia sparked a lockdown of the base and nearby schools. Military officials now say the gunman was a soldier who reportedly shot 5 of his colleagues. 2 of them had to be transported to Memorial Hospital in Savannah, Georgia for additional care. Fox's Jared Halpern has the story.
5 soldiers were shot and wounded at an Army base in Georgia. It happened at Fort Stewart, just 40 miles southwest of Savannah, with the shooting taking place in the 2nd Armored Brigade Combat Team area.
Our wounded soldiers were initially evacuated to Wynn Army Community Hospital right here on Fort Stewart. All arrived in stable condition, and 3 of the 5 required surgical intervention.
According to the Army, gunfire broke out around 10:56 a.m., with the active shooter captured 40 minutes later at 11:35 a.m.
We have identified the alleged shooter as Sergeant Cornelius Radford, an automated logistics sergeant assigned to 2nd Brigade Combat Team. The shooting occurred at the soldier's place of work. It did involve his co-workers. We're still not certain about the motivations.
Fort Stewart, the largest Army base east of the Mississippi River, is home to more than 10,000 soldiers and their families. The shooting triggered a lockdown of the sprawling complex that has since been lifted. Some nearby schools were also impacted.
I would also like to thank the brave soldiers who immediately intervened and subdued the shooter. These soldiers, without a doubt, prevented further casualties.
Following the shooting, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp released a statement in support of victims. It read in part, quote, "We are keeping the victims, their families, and all those who answer the call to serve in our hearts and prayers, and we ask that Georgians everywhere do the same." According to the White House, the president has been briefed on the incident. Homeland Security is also monitoring the situation, and the FBI is ready to assist if needed as authorities investigate a motive. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Joplin School's annual bus camp returns. We'll visit with them. And later, a doorbell camera captures an act of respect that connects a Midland veteran with a special young neighbor. Time now, 7:10. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Welcome back. Well, school will be starting soon, and now is the time to start preparing your kids, especially on school bus safety. We have Josh Goad along with Buster the Bus with us this morning to share how Bus Camp and Joplin can help young students. Good morning to you both. Thank you so much for being with us. Happy to have you. So, Zach, please talk to me a little bit about what Bus Camp is and how it ensures safety among young kids and, families for school year.
Yeah, so Bus Camp is basically our opportunity to have families come in, especially important having those parents there, but we get to teach the kids, mainly kindergarten and first grade, how to be safe around a school bus. They get to learn bus rules, how to cross the street safely, and it's a lot of it is about just keeping the kids safe during the school year. And we're going to have, it's going to be at Jung Stadium in Joplin, the football stadium, and it'll be from 9 a.m. to noon.
Okay.
And they will have free pizza, we'll have free water, bottles of water there, and ice cream. There's actually going to be an ice cream truck, and ice cream has been paid for.
Oh, wonderful.
And, and we'll have a lot of vendor tables set up. There will be freebies, and one of the coolest things is we'll have free school supplies.
Okay.
Also. So each student can get free school supplies while they're there. And they also get to meet Mr. Buster here that we brought with us.
Introduce us to Buster. And Buster, how are you feeling that Bus Camp is back? Are you excited to meet the kiddos?
I am so excited.
Yes, and what do you want kids, Buster, to remember now that they're heading back to school, and some important reminders to keep in mind for bus safety?
To remember to stay seated and always listen to your bus driver.
Absolutely. How are you feeling going to be able to see the kiddos? Is there anything else that you want to let the kiddos know before they come out to see you?
We look forward to seeing you. Look forward to having fun.
Absolutely. Well, Buster, thank you so much. Zach, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want folks to know before they come out?
I don't think so. Please bring all your kids. Oh, it is for all area. It's not just Joplin students. We're inviting all area students.
Yes.
Really, it is more geared toward kindergarten and first grade since they're usually our newest riders. But we're inviting the entire area, 4 states or even further.
Yes,
so.
Absolutely. It's important to take advantage of that. It's a great event and great back to school advice. Well, guys, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. We've got a few isolated showers and thunderstorms continuing across the area. Isolated storms continue to redevelop across parts of southeast Kansas. Because of that, though, some of them, they're not really moving very far before they die out and new ones develop back behind them. So we take this back just over the last couple of hours. You can see where we're talking about. We get these storms, they flare up, they die out, and the new ones form up behind them. So we do have some heavier showers over here just to the east of Iola, in between Iola and Moran. And then we head back down to the south and east, Hepler, south of Pawnee, back in parts of southern Bourbon, northern Crawford County. And then we get this heavier thunderstorm here between Earlton and Thayer on 169 and K47, so just east of Altoona. Another light shower just getting ready to roll into Neodesha. And then down in Cherokee County now, we have this little guy, little shower southwest of Columbus. Now we're going to drag this sucker down, and we're going to head into northeast Oklahoma, where the only lightning we're picking up is here. We've got about 12 lightning strikes. Not a severe storm, not a strong storm, nor is it expected to be, but now just south of 60 and south of Seneca, down around Fairland and Wyandotte, back down again to the southeast. Some heavier showers back toward Afton as well, but the main thunderstorm that we have is this guy south of Wyandotte on 10. That's it in terms of the thunderstorm activity at this time. However, these storms, again, they continue to recycle, redevelop, and they'll very likely continue this trend through about the noon hour before eventually they'll begin to die out and be done. Future track kind of hinting at that as well. In fact, it's now showing maybe a lingering shower Ottawa County. Not much. But once we get past noon, that's it. It's done. It's breezy. It's hot. We'll have a few clouds, and that's really about it for today. Could get some isolated pop-up storms again in the first half of our Friday, and then later Friday evening from Stockton, Monette, Mount Vernon, Cassville. Again, maybe an isolated shower or storm. Otherwise, we'll be dry. Most of us will be dry, and then it'll be the same on Saturday as well. Heat index values today approaching 105 across the area. Tomorrow, we're looking at 110. I've discussed, I think, Future Track's going a little overboard with these. I do not believe, looking at some of the trends, that we're going to see heat index values up to 115. But I think we'll still cap out about 110, which is still dangerous heat regardless, but I don't believe we're going to get quite that hot in our western counties, and we'll continue that even into Saturday. Heat index values once again up to 110. We do have some heat advisories, parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, through at least 8 o'clock by Friday evening, and even if you're not in a heat advisory, it does not mean it's any safer out there. You still need to be taking precautions, and now we're back to extreme heat. All of our heat safety tips on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com/forecast is where you can find that information readily available. We go into our Saturday again. It's very isolated storms. That's why Saturday is going to be hot. By Sunday, isolated to widely scattered showers. Thunderstorms will be possible out there. We go into Sunday evening, same thing. And by Monday, maybe a few additional scattered storms. Not rain everywhere all at once, and a lot of us will still be dry, but at least some rain chances out there, and that'll help with this heat briefly. All right, so mid-90s today, triple digits possible tomorrow, Saturday, mid-90s Sunday. Near normal for us again Monday and Tuesday. Pop-up storm chances next week, and temperatures climbing back into the upper 90s, near 100. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Hank Hill is back, and the powerful true story of America's youngest black millionaire heads to the big screen. Christian Benavides has more.
The state gave me 160 acres on account of my ancestors.
A young girl stumbles upon an oil fortune in the early 1900s in the upcoming theatrical drama, Sarah's Oil.
There's oceans down there.
The film tells the powerful story about the nation's youngest black millionaire, Sarah Rector. Rector became one of the world's richest oil magnates at the age of 11 with her land inheritance in Oklahoma. As greedy oil sharks close in, Sarah turns to her family, friends, and some Texas wildcatters to maintain control of her land.
All I'm asking is to keep what's mine.
Her name is Sarah Rector, and you're going to be hearing a lot about her.
Sarah's Oil hits theaters nationwide this fall. From album plaques to shoes to customized designer outfits, items belonging to the late icon Whitney Houston are going up for auction.
We wanted pieces that really spoke to her. So we have this incredible Bob Mackie casino jacket. We have a Dolce & Gabbana 2009 Clive Davis Grammy Party worn outfit.
Presented by Julian's Auctions, the collection features 25 artifacts from important moments of Houston's stellar career. It launches next week in Los Angeles, both in person and online, with all proceeds benefiting the Whitney E. Houston Legacy Foundation.
Fives should be rare in this world.
We sure are.
And the hit animated series, King of the Hill, has finally returned after a 15-year break. The reboot finds Hank and Peggy adjusting to life in modern-day Arlen, Texas, while their now 21-year-old son, Bobby, runs a German-Asian fusion restaurant. All 10 episodes are available for streaming on Hulu. That's your Eye on Entertainment.
Well, I've always loved King of the Hill, and I can't wait to see how adult Bobby Hill will be. That'll be fun. Stick around. We'll be right back with more news and weather right after this.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. I'm Elise Snowy. Access Family Care hosted a community free lunch yesterday. Visitors could come out and grab free hot dogs, a drink, and some chips. The care provider hosts the event to mark National Health Center Week. The event also provides a great way to show the community Access helps with more than just medical, dental, and mental health care.
Be here. Of course, we provide medical, dental, and behavioral health care for our patients, but we also want them to know that we're here to serve them for more than just that. You know, we're a part of the community. We want to be there for our communities, like I said, in all of our locations. So not just Joplin.
Access Family Health will be doing events like this throughout the month. If you need help finding and applying for scholarships, the Quapaw Nation Higher Education Department held a scholarship workshop last night at the community building from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Participants learned how to search and apply for scholarships both in person and virtually through Teams. The event was free and open to everyone, but registration was required ahead of time. Now, if you missed last night's session, there's another one coming up August 20th at the same time and same place. You can register online at quapawtribe.com or by emailing education.department@quapawnation.com.
So schools will be very upfront with you about this, what tuition costs, this is what books are going to cost, those kind of things. But they don't necessarily talk about this is what it costs to drive your car back and forth. This is what gas prices are where we live. This is how much laundry costs and things like that.
Dean Hall wrote a book called College Unpacked, and he's giving a copy to everyone who attends one of the workshops. As we mentioned, the next session is scheduled for August 20th. Well, during the summer, it can feel like lawn care is never ending, and that's also true for cemetery ground crews. KOAM Samantha Walker met with the crew in Coffeyville to learn what goes into the upkeep.
Not something that when you're a small child, you're like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be the caretaker of a cemetery. It's actually something that just divinely happens.
Well, a cemetery groundskeeper, also known as a sexton, may not be a well-known job. It's a necessary one nonetheless. A job Cameron Brinker has been doing in Coffeyville for more than 3 years.
There has been nothing that has brought me more joy and honor than to serve my community by loving and protecting their families and their loved ones that are laid to rest out here.
The upkeep of Coffeyville's 3 cemeteries is a big job for Brinker and his crews during the summer, when they're tasked with handling more than 20,000 plots. One cemetery can take a fully staffed crew up to a week and a half to complete. This includes mowing, weed eating, and clearing headstones of grass and dirt. And before they finish one, another cemetery will already have grass and weeds that need addressed.
And there's always issues, because it's life. There are always issues with staffing, and then weather will always play a factor.
But even if they're short-staffed or equipment is broken, they'll still be out there doing their best.
We are out here day in, day out, no matter what the temperatures are, and the resting place of your loved ones is at the forefront of our hearts and minds. We firmly believe that we are the guardians and the protectors of the deceased and the families that still mourn them.
Cemetery staff say they understand how important it is to place items at graves to remember your loved ones.
Because that is part of the grieving process, and that is something that we encourage. That has been part of human culture since the dawn of time.
But they add one way you can help during the summer as they mow and weed eat is to be mindful of how much you have placed.
By all means, decorate your loved one's grave. It does, however, make it a tad bit easier on us if decorations can be kept to a respectful minimum.
No matter what, though, the crew is ready to work in the hot temperatures to make sure every grave is taken care of.
It is our greatest honor to always keep up, to adapt and overcome no matter what, and I can guarantee you that these crews will always be working out here for the greater good of this community.
Reporting in Coffeyville, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Now, the cemetery grounds crews say they welcome feedback on their work and encourage the community to reach out if they have any comments, questions, or concerns. Let's head over now to Chris for a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, and we're going to start with the look outside from downtown Pittsburgh. Things looking good. We've got some clouds out there because we've got some isolated storms still continuing. MoDOT camera 20th and range line in Joplin zoomed in pretty good there, but still otherwise looking all right. So here's Skywatch Storm Tracker, just some of these showers out there. We're down to just 7 lightning strikes now with this storm that's now entering parts of, it's into Delaware, parts of Ottawa County, starting to get into western McDonald County here. So we've got some shower thunderstorm activity. Again, this is off to the west of Anderson. It's right over Cayuga and northeast of Grove. Some heavier showers now west of Grove as well, back toward Bernice and south of Afton. That's the heaviest shower we've got now. We got a couple of sprinkles here in southern Cherokee County. We have this guy northwest of Girard that's trying. You see, he was one storm, he died out, now he's trying for another one, getting some heavier rain northwest of Girard. A few isolated showers stretching back from Chautauqua County, southeast of Fredonia, back toward Erie. And we get this guy that's up northwest of Fort Scott. Again, not expecting any strong or severe thunderstorms with any of this activity, but it does keep, if you watch, it just keeps trying to recycle back here across southeast Kansas. And it might try to continue doing that through the morning, but most of us still will be dry. Heat advisories, Kansas, parts of Oklahoma through at least tomorrow at 8. Isolated storms, Future Track is saying they might last through about noon, and then that's going to be it. We're otherwise mostly clear, breezy, and just downright hot out there. Temperatures this morning, 75 Joplin, 73 in Pittsburgh, warming up across the region. Jay still sitting at 70, Bentonville 71, so we do have some low 70s close to normal, and we can start getting into those mid to upper 70s with Iola, the warm spot at 77. Low 80s by 9, low 90s by noon, mid 90s for our highs, south winds gusting to 25, and of course those heat index values upwards of 105. The extreme heat continues into this weekend, and we have some additional rain chances. Details on all of that here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. And don't forget, you can, of course, be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, the KOAM Skywatch weather app. An 11-year-old salute to service was captured on camera. She saluted at the door of a veteran and formed an unlikely bond with the homeowner. Mary Kate Hamilton reports.
A simple sign of respect captured on a Ring door camera captured one Midland veteran's heart.
I just couldn't believe what I was seeing from an 11-year-old child. And it's a lot of respect, and it means a lot to a veteran.
Zaria Robertson, just 11 years old, was in the neighborhood passing out business cards for her father's lawn care company. That's when she came to Billy Miles' door and paused. The gesture took just a couple of seconds, but the effect, impossible to measure.
I cannot tell you what it means, because it's that proudful for a small child to understand what she's saluting. And so it made me proud.
After checking his Ring camera footage, Miles knew what he had to do.
When I saw her saluting, I said, I got to get a hold of these people.
With the business card Zaria left, he was able to find Zaria's dad. And then Zaria.
I hugged her neck and told her how proud I was of her while I was bowling. So.
It's a story that shows sometimes the smallest gestures made by some of the smallest people have the biggest impact.
There's great in everybody. And there's a whole lot of great in that young lady right there. A whole lot of great. And I hope she maybe one day can salute the flag in a uniform.
And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Members from the Quapaw Tribe join us with an invitation to their fall gathering. Time now, 7:37. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Tribal members of Quapaw are busy preparing for the Good Old Days powwow in September. We have Barbara Kaiser Collier with us this morning to share how the gathering celebrates the Quapaw Tribe and its heritage. Welcome, Barbara. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Happy to have you. So please talk to me about what this Quapaw Fall Gathering is and how it reflects the history of the tribe.
Well, the cultural committee of the tribe
decides what we might do to bring back some of the old ways and traditions and things like that to follow. And this is a powwow that's going to be based on how things were maybe back in the early 20s, back in the old days when they didn't have lots of contests and things going on like they do now to kind of show things that go on. It won't have a big grand entry, it won't have lots of contests, it won't have lots of fancy things, but it'll have the old time calling songs and contests like feather pick and clown contests and some of those things that everybody can participate in.
Absolutely. Now, as you're mentioning some of those contests, why are you deciding to include all of those, and kind of touch on me a little bit about the cultural significance of those contests? Also, I'm really interested about the clown dance one as well.
Well, back in the old times, of course, they didn't have a lot of the modern things that they have these days. And so they created things to enjoy and have fun, on their own.
Right.
So the clown contest was one of those things, and people would come dressed in their clown attire, whatever they could make up, and they'd have a contest, and we will continue to do that. There's for the best dressed, the shortest, the tallest.
Oh wow!
There's just different dances that they'll have cakewalks and lots of things going on that back in the old days that people used to do.
Absolutely. So talk to me a little bit about when specifically this event is, where it will be, and any more information folks need to know before they come head out.
Well, it's going to be at Beaver Springs Park at the powwow grounds, known as where the tribe is, which is southeast of Quapaw there, and on the road. Well, it used to be called the Future Farmer Road. But anyway, it will be September the 6th. And there'll be the campgrounds will be open for tribal members to camp if they prefer from Friday morning until Sunday evening that same weekend, but it's just Saturday. And there's going to be, the powwow committee is having a cornhole contest that morning to raise funds for the powwow, the upcoming powwow next year. And then they're also having an art contest. So any tribal member that's an artist can get an application online and join for the art contest.
All right, wonderful.
And then the activities for the powwow will start that afternoon and go into the evening, and from gourd dancing to, or not gourd dancing, but from dancing to contests to fun things all through the evening until stomp dancing later on that night.
Fantastic. It's a day jam-packed of historical culture. It's so great to hear, and we'll also be hearing from some members of the Quapaw Tribe, the drum circle, in just a moment. So, Barbara, thank you so much for your time. Stick around.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:46 on this Thursday morning. Starting quickly with the Skywatch Storm Tracker. We've still got some isolated showers. They're trying out there across southeast Kansas. In fact, we just backed this up a couple hours, and you can see as some die out, new ones try and form to replace them, but we're starting to see fewer replacement showers out there. This storm has had the longest track. It's not been severe or anything. It's lasted the longest. We'd have to take this back. I'm going to back this up about 6 hours. Well, it doesn't go back that far, unfortunately, but there. It traveled from northwestern Lebec County and then merged and is now into parts of McDonald and Delaware counties out there. And it's the only storm we have that's producing any kind of lightning with it. And again, nothing strong, nothing severe, just some isolated storms. Future Track believes a couple of them might try and hang on through about the noon hour, and that's it. The majority of us will be dry, we will be hot, we will be breezy with just a few clouds here and there. Heading into Friday, isolated pop-up storm chances showing up in the first half of the day, and then again later in the evening hours from about Stockton, Mount Vernon, Monette down to Cassville as a possibility as well. But again, the majority of us dry. And it's the same situation as we head into Saturday as well. Very isolated pop-up storm chances, which is just going to give us more heat All right, heat index values today easily up to 105. Tomorrow up to 110. I mentioned this earlier. I think Future Track in our western counties is going a little overboard. I do not think we're looking at 115 degree heat index values, but it's still going to be dangerously hot across the region, and that will carry on into Saturday with heat index values still upwards of 110 degrees. As such, though, we do have heat advisories, parts of Kansas, Oklahoma through at least 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. And a reminder, all of our extreme heat safety tips are on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Just click on the forecast, and of course that means it's in your app as well, and you can review those at any time. Some great resources. As you can see, some of those thunderstorm clouds off to the northwest of Joplin, they tried, but the environment here is just so capped. That's why they're having a hard time getting to go, but still could have a few of these try and keep going through the morning. Mid-70s by 8 and about 90 by 11 o'clock this morning. And a reminder, the majority of us will be dry through the morning. Skies going mostly clear later today, breezy, mid-90s and south winds gusting to 25. Mild through the evening, low 80s by 10 and near 80 for our overnight lows tonight. And still breezy. South wind still gusting to 20. All right, so we go into Sunday. We get to that point, and remember on long-range future track, it's not rain in all of these areas. It's rain is possible within these green zones, with the darker colors, again, indicating slightly better chances. So first half of our Sunday, isolated pop-up storms around the area, but we might get a few more of them on Sunday than what we see Saturday, and that will continue again into Monday morning as well. We'll get some additional isolated to scattered showers and storms through the day on our Monday, and that does help with our temperatures. We're going to be flirting with the triple digits tomorrow into Saturday, mid-90s Sunday, back to normal for 2 whole days. And then next week, temperatures climb back upper 90s near 100 with some additional pop-up storm chances. That's checking your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Here to perform a traditional Quapaw drum circle, we have Southern Sway. One last time, Southern Sway. Thank you guys so much.